Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network.
All right, please note that the language and ideas presented on the show might not be suitable for everyone. If you're under 18, make sure your mom isn't around. If you're over 80, why is your mom around?
You're listening to Cyrus Says.
4 years before I won Miss India for the first time, we had a genuine Miss India. Her name was Gul Panag. She's now an activist, she's a politician, and she will one day be Prime Minister of this glorious country. We salute her, and we take a phone number for favors for later. Gul Panag on Cyrus Says.
Why follow your auntie's advice when you can follow Cyrus Says on Facebook and Twitter to stay updated about the latest shows?
Yep, on Cyrus Says, it's time to talk about slurping. My wife says she will not go out with me to a social place with other people if I slurp while drinking anything. Let me explain the slurp. It's a kind of sound that I make while drinking anything from water upwards. I just have to say that I don't see that as a problem because people in public places make lots of noise. They vomit, they shout, they scream, they clap, they use their mobile phones, they call waiters and staff in strange ways. They're always making throaty sounds. So what's the big deal if I slurp? I think slurping is the least of the crimes in a social place when you're eating or drinking. So slurp away, I say. Slurp away on Cyrus Says.
And that's what Cyrus says.
And for the first time, we have a second rant, and that's from Gul. Gul is going to give us her pain and her angst, which is to do with the neck.
Which is two rants. One is the fact that I think I'm growing old, and I can feel that in my neck because it's really hurting. It's hurting all the time, and no matter what I do, and it's a pain that starts at the base of my neck and moves up to my head like how those aliens in Sigourney Weaver movie just come out and eat up your whole head space. So that's one. And the second rant is against traffic and people who break traffic laws.
We've done many of that. But
I don't want to get angry with them. I've conquered my anger of wanting to get out there and beat them, and maybe take a little stick and hit them with that stick, but not whip, but just a stick.
No, sexual quantity.
No, I'm a horse rider.
Gul, I got the signal. Can you see me?
I mean, as a kid, I was a rider, so whips are very part of my life.
Yeah.
For
but
whipping,
they don't understand.
For whipping purposes, for horse whipping purposes. But I really want to chase people who break traffic signals, particularly helmetless riders who jump red lights, and ask them why they do it. Because I really want to get inside the mind of the person who jumps signals.
Can you tell me the body language behind the person who starts the bike, comes through the one way, and then as you cross and you're at that point where you're looking at each other, with his head does you a favor and goes...
Yeah, no, that's...
That should be, for me, that's like treason. It's equal to capital punishment for me. Like, just that. Like he's doing you a favor. Like,
just get out of the way, I mean, I'll give you way. So I really want to know what goes on in their minds. Not only are they not wearing helmets, they usually have a baby in front and a lady at the back. Sometimes 2 kids, sometimes 3 kids are dropping to school. And they're also not wearing shoes. The cardinal rule of riding a bike, for those of
and forget that the man is not wearing a bra, and you've seen Indian men on bikes. I mean, that's a scary sign.
Which brings me to ask you a question. Are those man boobs, are those pecs?
I don't know.
Oh my God, those are pecs.
When they want to, they say, hey, feed me.
That is quite incredible. I'm very impressed.
My wife doesn't let me touch her, so I become both sexes. I just please myself whenever I feel like. At traffic lights, by the way, while bikers are going up and down.
I'm very impressed.
I remove my helmet and have a little fun.
I'm very impressed.
But jokes apart, I totally agree with you, and I don't know what to do anymore. I'm beyond cynicism when it comes to traffic.
I think you have to ask them and get inside their minds and find out what is it that makes them risk their lives.
No, risk their lives. The theory is that they actually don't know they're doing something wrong.
No.
I have had
they can see. I mean, you think they can't see the red, or are they just colorblind?
No, for the motorbike now, it just doesn't exist. And it's like I go anywhere I can, as long as I can go.
But Cyrus, they're the biggest violators of traffic
and you
laws.
Ride a motorbike?
I do, and I don't violate traffic signals. And I wear shoes and a helmet. And
when you travel abroad, you've seen how well behaved they are. They stay in their lane and everything else.
Well, that is true, but I think I'm referring to probably the rider who doesn't end up traveling abroad.
Who never should. Although if we could send him, we wouldn't want him back.
I think Sushma ji will make sure everybody gets a passport because she's so quick to respond on Twitter.
one quick punch to the BJP, as in when you can.
No, but she's so quick to respond. I admire her incredibly. I think when my passport is up for renewal, madam, I will reach out to you if I get stuck.
But by then, maybe there'll be a new government.
No, there won't
and
be.
Maybe it's yours.
Optimism pe duniya kayam hai, yes.
Exactly.
But my passport is up for renewal in a few months.
Yeah, but from what I gather, if Sushma ji is not very happy with the powers that be, she may even have to switch parties.
No,
anything
not
is
at all.
possible.
Not at all. I think she's a very, very competent minister, and I think what she's doing for at least
till you get your
the
passport.
grievances of people with the NDA are fantastic.
She's brought a few people back home from terrorist strikes.
I think it's just the way she responds, and she's got a great sense of humor. So among all the other people who keep writing to her for all kinds of things, mostly visa or passport related, there is a person who wrote to her for her refrigerator. She said, "Dear brother," it was a guy, so he wrote to her, "Dear brother, I cannot melt you. I cannot help you in matters of refrigerator. Suggest you contact the nearest dealer." So she's got an incredible sense of it. And here's a very interesting thing about her. She fought her first election as a fill-in candidate from Ambala, I think. So the candidate,
from Ambala. Oh, by the way,
very young as well. She was a young lawyer at the time.
Basically fights out of Karnataka area, doesn't she?
I have no idea where she fights from now. But I remember someone telling me that.
You're talking about Ambala, Haryana.
Yes, and she was too. This is what I heard. I mean, I could be wrong, and of course, this is not like a news channel, so it doesn't really matter what you say because even they don't care about what they say anymore. They don't. It's not like they.
Yeah, whatever we say, people actually believe.
Oh, they do
because this is a truth
there's
zone.
so
there's
much.
No fear.
Oh, right. There's so much.
We're in Poland, Warsaw, however you pronounce it. That's where the podcast goes out from.
Yeah, of course, because we can't do these kind of things.
No, never. Go ahead, Gul. Sorry, but before we go, let me just introduce you because you just started talking for some reason. Yeah, and we've never had a guest who we've not introduced.
It's
Although
okay.
You don't need that much introduction. Gul Panag is with us here on Cyrus Says. No one can see, actually. I don't think they're shooting it. Still extremely pretty, I must
showing
say.
you the rock. Still, what the hell does that mean?
Extremely pretty as always, but we go back to the last decade or so. To that Miss India. I won't say the year.
So I will. It was the year 2000 and I was there to hand over my crown to whoever was going to win.
Right.
It so happened it was Lara, Priyanka and Diya that year.
There you go.
And you were involved as always in doing something fun and witty. Yeah. And we were going up the elevator together. And I'm an outrageous storyteller and liar.
Really?
It's something I can't.
So you lied to me then?
Yes, I did. So you asked me, what are you doing here? I said, my boyfriend's performing, so I'm here to watch him perform. So you said, who's my boyfriend? I said, Junoon. And he said...
The whole group?
Yeah. Well, I didn't know the... Ali. Who's,
Ali.
And you actually believed me. And you said, really? Where do you guys meet? We just come out of a war here and must be really stressful for you to have a boyfriend who's a Pakistani. I said, we meet in neutral places like London and Dubai. And, I was shocked that you actually believed me and I had to make up more lies on the spot.
But Junoon was all about peace and love. They're lovely guys.
They're still Pakistani.
I know.
And,
But I thought
in
perhaps...
that climate, remember we're talking 2000, we had a war in 1999.
Yeah.
And I have this habit, whenever I just don't like telling the truth. And unfortunately, the fact that I'm mildly recognizable makes it very difficult for me to tell stories now.
Why? It's
because
beautiful.
It's like this. So there was this one time when I was traveling and they required a doctor on the flight. I put my hand up. Today I can't do that.
And it was like a baby being delivered, what?
No, it was somebody having a problem and they wanted a doctor on the flight. And I was like, okay, I'll volunteer.
So in one film I played a doctor, so I have a vague idea.
No, that's...
God, what if Sanjay Dutt does that? It's scary.
But he does do that.
He does?
I mean, I don't know, I'm assuming...
Not feeling well, can't afford a real doctor, Sanjay Dutt.
So my point really is, I've been telling outrageous, I wouldn't call them lies, I would say fantasy stories to people.
Give us another example.
So this one time I was on a bus from...
Before you became famous?
Yes. I could get
days.
away with so much. I can't. I get away with these things when I'm overseas now.
Right.
So I was on a bus from Delhi to Chandigarh. No AC, nothing, 230 rupee ticket and all that. And... I was getting really bored and I said, what do I do? So we, Fauji kids, are issued a dependent card. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's got a
membership thing.
No, it allows us entry into defense establishments. Into messes, into cantonments and military stations and so on.
Anywhere in India?
Military, armed forces areas because where they have restricted access.
So you could be to the US club in Mumbai?
No, but I was a member, but now I am, so I can do that.
Thanks.
But I can take you for a cup of tea if you like.
Not cup of tea.
Oh, you mean you'd like beer?
Drinky winky or a Fauji kid.
Oh, yes.
I mean, the one bloody Fauji kid who doesn't drink. Damn you.
I drink all kinds of things, including but not limited to tea and coffee. So.
Ooh, okay.
Including but not limited to.
You're still missing your answers.
Once a Miss India, always a Miss India.
Go.
So, I was on this bus and this, I was getting really bored and I felt the need to entertain myself. So I took out my little dependent card and just looked at it and put it back. So this guy looks at me and says, ooh, IPS, madam. And I said, oh, yes. And the whole flight, I pretended to be this IPS officer who was on her way to join duty for the very first time. Her very first appointment as ASI. And I was taking over as some place in Shimla. And you have to see the treatment that was meted out to me on the bus.
Well, here's the funny thing.
From Delhi all the way to Chandigarh.
Delhi to Chandigarh bus, and you spoke to a male and there was no issues.
But this is way back in 1998. The glory days.
Yeah.
So they gave me water whenever the bus
thought
stop.
He got his first police contact. And
I think so, yeah. And there was a lady.
For 2 generations.
आपको कैसे लगता है? मैंने कहा मेरे पास तो हिमाचल प्रदेश का आर्डर है, बहुत सेफ जगह है, वैसे कुछ नहीं होता. But lady IPS, so the whole journey I pretended to be an IPS officer.
And you promoted yourself to Himachal just to be safe. In case they knew someone in Punjab police.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I said Shimla. I'm going to Shimla as I was HP cadre. So I tell outrageous stories. It's something I enjoy doing.
Yeah. And now once they recognize you, have you successfully done it? Now that
no,
they know who you are?
It's challenging. I kind of see what they do. So the other day I was on a flight day before yesterday, and this person asked me, what do I do? So here was like a moment for me to, the playground was all open for me all over again.
Male or female?
Male.
Oh, lovely.
Elderly gentleman in his 50s.
Was he just playing you?
He could have been playing me, but I didn't think he was somehow.
Yeah.
So I just went on to say that I'm this person who just goes from place to place and has a good time in life. And he's like, but you're traveling in business class. It's not a good time to have. So he said, what do you do for a living? I said, I just have fun. And I couldn't be as outrageous as I'd like to
flirting?
Be. No, I think he was like that type. Maybe he thought he was flirting and I thought he was that type.
But he was saying things like, I want to have a good time and I like to have a good time.
No, I am just having fun with my life.
So he's just thinking,
wow,
I've
like
got
that.
this hot chick who just wants to have a good time. So next progressive step would be like, why don't we both have a good time?
So he wanted to exchange numbers. I said, why don't we...
There you go, come on.
I said, why don't we exchange emails? And that's what we did.
And you immediately have never sent an email?
No, I think I might. He's
Why do you carry it on now, no?
I think I might because then my name comes there. My email address is my name at gmail.com, and then he'll Google it and...
But what if you do strange things like, I need money, I'm stuck in, you're in South America.
those ones?
Yeah, one of those.
I feel a little embarrassed doing that. Those...
but then it's there in black and white.
The point is, if you're not recognized,
you
don't know who you are.
And then it'll come back to you.
You never know. I know, and she may not get me with my passport there. What will I do?
You'll get your passport.
No,
you're too high profile. The internet will back you all the time. They'll be like, demand her passport. How dare you not?
Only things got done with internet backing up when I won an election.
You're a high-ranking officer's daughter.
Retired. No difference.
A high-ranking officer.
Who thinks your show on television is the best show on Indian television?
Then he is the most important man in India.
Yes, I will.
Better get your passport.
Are you on Twitter?
Slightly, yes.
That Cyrus...
Board brochures me. The other two are not.
Who are they?
I have no idea, but they're very successful.
So for the longest time, I also thought you and Cyrus Hauka were the same person.
Please don't say that. He's 6'3" and smells. How can you compare us?
But the name...
No, it's a common
and
name. It's like Ram.
Both of you have had like a VJ history.
Yeah, but that's not my fault. I tried to be something else. He really wanted to be a VJ. It's different. He's seeing a psychiatrist now. 3 actually.
3?
As we speak. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
Yeah. How can you say with the same person?
But not today. I'm talking like back in the day.
Okay. That's sad. That's
terrible. I'm sorry. I just had to admit that.
Yeah. 1 out of 4 Parsis are called Cyrus, so be very careful.
I really like Parsis.
Really?
I think they speak less, which doesn't go for you.
Who says we speak less? Have you been to Bagh? You won't get a word in.
No, I know a lot of Parsi automobile journalists who I'm
You know 3 Parsis in Chandigarh who are totally different.
No, I know Parsis here. I know Horma Surabji. I know Adil. I know Asti Batena. I know Raymond Banaji. They don't talk a lot. They're all auto guys.
You know who Banaji?
Raymond.
Rayo?
Rayo. We just got married.
Oh, right.
I hope he's declared his wedding. Otherwise,
I don't know.
Okay, take that back. Yeah. So these guys are just men of few words. They come on with the punchlines.
They do it with you. With me, God, it's almost like their tongues in my mouth.
No,
just go on talking. It's disgusting.
I don't believe that.
No,
all
true.
Parsi men of substance I know talk less.
From Ratan Tata to Cyrus Mistry, they're chatting all the time.
They're not.
They are.
Cyrus is hardly chatting these days.
Can we get on with your life?
Yeah, sorry, I'm so sorry.
This whole thing is about you.
I'm so sorry.
And all you've done is talk so
about
much.
Parsis.
Yeah, my God.
I should do this podcast and take away your job.
Conversation.
I should take away your job. I should speak to Amit after this.
Please be cheap.
Are you going to edit this?
No, of course not.
Of course it's going to be edited.
Come on, worst time.
It's 40 minutes. It all has been compressed into 40 minutes.
We'll let you edit it. Don't worry.
You can have one part 1 and part 2.
See, we can say what we want here. This is a high part. This is the free zone. Yeah. I want to talk a lot about politics also, but let's start from the beginning quickly. So, 99, you won Miss India, but just before that, just briefly tell us about your early life.
I was a typical Fauji kid, living a very typical Fauji life.
Where were you posted in that period where you come to the Miss India?
When I applied for the Miss India pageant, Beauty with a Substance.
Beauty with a Substance?
Yes, apparently.
What the hell does that mean?
I have no idea.
Like you got a cocaine? Beauty with a Substance! Catch her! Police lock her up! And another Beauty with a Substance. There.
I'm really getting my daily dose of
But
laughter.
there were a few of that. There were a few of that.
So it was that was the whole pitch. And I was this college kid with a bit of a cat's whisker sort of a person who was in the debating society, who was playing tennis, doing some medium distance running, and I figured why not attempt to get another feather in my cap. And that's why I entered the Miss India pageant. Dad was then posted in Jodhpur.
Oh.
And we stayed in an interesting colony called Shikargarh Officers Enclave.
Sounds typical, right?
So yeah,
Rajasthan sort of
so we
lingo,
was,
yeah.
and the other thing was also I was extremely enamored by the kind of things I would read about. Because every contestant, even before they won, they got featured in the Femina magazine.
Yeah.
Which is a big deal for someone like me who was on a 200 rupee pocket money.
Which still is a big deal.
It is. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, I'm trying to give you a glimpse into the mind of my 18-year-old head, and to be featured in a magazine.
And no neck pain at that point.
And no neck pain. Yeah, I'm just like how many years later?
No,
18 years later is hurting a lot. Yeah, of course.
No one can tell. Don't you worry. Huh?
So then I figured that I wanted to be a part of the people who turn up in magazines, and I love the gifts that they were all getting. So remember, I come from a family where we have a great quality of life, but money isn't plenty. I didn't own a single pair of branded jeans, and I saw all contestants getting Pepe jeans as gifts, Ray-Ban sunglasses.
Is that brand still there?
Pepe jeans? Yeah, I mean they have a store on Linking Road. I can take you there.
Oh, and sell me?
No, I'll buy you a pair of jeans.
No, man,
you're wearing shorts right now, so maybe.
After the RSS took over the country, I said, let me just change.
But they have switched to pants
but
now.
But they didn't tell me. Someone should send me the memo.
I think it'll be out everywhere now. Yeah,
just to fit in, I've been wearing the right clothes. Now, if you guys...
They should be khaki.
If you guys come to power, what do I wear? I don't want to wear that muffler, whatever happens.
We could work out some interesting
By the way, you have a scarf around your neck. I hope that's not a
it's
tribute
not a muffler.
to the big man.
No, it's not a muffler.
Okay, we'll talk about all that later. Let's get back to you. So
yes,
you're Jodhpur,
I think
you're 18, you're fascinated by
the fascination was all these brands that I'd only seen in magazines and that I felt I could have a shot of owning if I just made the finals.
So it was purely materialistic.
And you
just wanted jeans.
Jeans and Ray-Ban sunglasses and perfumes that all the girls were getting as gifts.
Generation. And these are the brands
I
know.
See. So and the big takeaway was the winner was getting a car.
What are you saying? I don't remember this.
I got a Tata Indica, first generation.
Tata Indica. And that was a big car at that point. Yeah.
So I was really excited. My brother's like, listen, you should just enter this pageant to win the car. He's much younger than me. Yeah. But the fact that, driving dad's car is always highly stressful and stuff.
So having your own car,
all we wanted to do was win this pageant, get that car and go camping together. Wow. Without our parents. Wow. So just my brother and me and the dogs.
So it wasn't about saving the world or the girl child at that point. Or
it was about saving me
poverty
from
or
my
hunger.
Tyrannical dad.
Yes,
and escaping him.
It was finding
who
a
thinks
car.
you're the greatest gift to television. And really? I'm saying this again and again because he just didn't stop talking about you.
Oh, sweet, really.
On this conversation.
I can't believe it. After so many years, somebody's saying nice things about me.
So on the way,
the only other person is my mom.
Well, then parents are our best friends at the end of the day. So I wanted to escape the tyranny that my father imposed upon my life, and I thought he was just this really, really tyrannical father.
Like, for real, or are you joking?
So seriously, I mean, I think I was at an age where I revolted and rebelled against everything my father said, and today he is somebody I look up to the most in the world. So
was it all about the boy thing and all because you were a teenager? Was it that?
No, he did say. Well, when
at the end of the day, he's got guns.
So he told all young officers in the vicinity of from the time when we came back to India. So we were in Zambia for 2 years. My dad was posted there, courtesy the Indian Army and the Indian government.
But what were we don't have a war with Zambia.
He was setting up a teaching institution for them. It's called the Staff College.
Wow.
It's a prestigious college that they didn't have then.
Did you speak the local language?
No, I didn't speak. So I didn't. I mean, we were studying in an international school that the government of India paid for. So otherwise, I don't think I could have ever been able to go to school like that. Very, very.
Who the hell grows up in
12
Zambia,
schools.
In Jodhpur.
Yeah. And I went to a college called the Government College for Girls, Patiala.
So I think you're very good for politics. You see, because you had to survive so many different environments.
Yes.
The politics
including a Punjabi medium college after coming back from Zambia,
I
wore shorts to school, and where here the uniform, unwritten uniform was salwar kameez. I didn't own a pair.
So and you were the only kid in shorts in the whole class.
No, I didn't wear shorts. I wore jeans. But
and what was the reaction?
The reaction was not really. It was not something that a lot of girls wore.
But did the girls think of you as a champion for doing that, or as a?
So there were a couple of girls when the term started. A lot of the girls, even those who actually wore jeans back in school, turned up in salwar kameezes. And then because it's just what people did in college.
What are you saying?
I'm telling you, this is Government College for Girls, Patiala.
We can see the political roots starting here.
And then,
and
I was like, enough is enough. I borrowed my mum's suit and it was like big, and I was just looking like a tent, and I said
like a Western suit.
No, like suit is a salwar kameez is what we call a suit in Punjab.
What the hell? Someone should tell us, no?
Yeah,
How the hell are we going to know this?
It's called a suit.
So she switches to suit. What am I supposed to
Like
do?
a tuxedo.
I'm
Sexy
a boy from
tuxedo.
South Bombay who never left South Bombay. I can't even cross the link. I feel scared.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
the
so
opposite
you-
of a Fauji. I'm the
Yeah.
one the Fauji kids protect.
Ah,
and
right,
they wonder why.
right.
And then wonder
so
why.
they give away
yeah.
there today so you can have a better tomorrow
There
and
you
all
go,
that.
there
yeah.
you go.
So then and suddenly I think a couple of us began wearing jeans, and finally those who actually wanted to wear jeans.
No authority figure said, okay, come here, gold, bring your
No,
check.
it wasn't like that, but it's
frowned.
just that it was just not something people did. And of course, the medium of instruction was Punjabi, and you could choose to write your exams in English. So I had mathematics and economics.
How do
and
you write it in English if you're teaching in Punjabi?
You just have to figure out yourself.
Then who correct it?
Your book. No, they know how to correct it. After all, they've all done whatever.
So they're all
UP.
bilingual, trilingual people, but they would prefer...
But because the
people were more
bulk,
comfortable
it
with
was a
Punjabi.
government college.
Okay.
It wasn't a private fancy
So it
college.
started out as an English medium, but it got hijacked in a book.
I don't think it was English medium. I think it was just whatever the lingua franca, for want of a better term,
Which is not
was.
even a Punjabi word. No, it's a French word. It was Latin
It
or
was
something.
Punjabi because that's what everybody spoke.
Oh.
So if the economics professor began teaching in say in English, I mean, of course, she did use terms like diminishing marginal
Returns.
utility and all that,
Yeah.
and returns.
Those were
But
Congress government days. Also, don't look at... Yeah.
Why?
I'm just thinking.
This
is
is
that's the,
96, 97, 98.
We had a BJP government somewhere in the middle.
With support, I think. I don't
Yeah,
know. I
it's
think it was
it's
Narasimha Rao.
always with support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until now.
There's 330 seats. But you think they'll get 330 right now if they were to...
They don't have
we
they
had
have
a flash
290, they
election
have
right now?
290 plus alliance.
My God, you're so touchy.
It's not touchy. I'm just giving you numbers. This is GK.
No,
I have to get good marks in GK.
Quick segue. If we had a flash election right now, what would you call it? General election cross India. What would you call it? You think they would come to
I
power
think
on a
the
majority?
BJP would still come back to
As
power.
a simple majority, they would get
it? The numbers will definitely fall, but they would come back to power as things stand today because there isn't a...
With AAP as a partner?
I don't know who their partner would be. I think they have very loyal partners in the Shiv Sena, even though the last
What?
few...
Shiv Sena gives you one bloody seat. Shiv
But-
Sena.
No,
Well, really?
30
What?
seats.
Unless
30
you
odd
got a
seats.
union issue in Mumbai. Why are you
30
mentioning
odd
them?
seats. 30 odd seats in the Lok Sabha.
These parties aren't
Somebody
going
Google the number.
Next gen election, they're not going to count. Trust me. It's not going to count at all. MNS
Lok
is one
Sabha.
seat in the
Lok
local
Sabha didn't even get one seat. I'm
in the
talking about
local
Lok Sabha.
election.
Lok Sabha.
MNS in the local
Lok
election.
Sabha.
Let's get back. We're
Yes.
off track. So
I
Punjabi
think
medium school.
Punjab College.
College.
And wait, your college. You weren't allowed to leave college till 12 noon. The doors used to be closed.
You're locked in.
Which meant, or the gates rather, which meant lecture hai, nahi hai, you can't leave college.
So what do you do?
So if you have to bunk, you have to meet your friends outside college.
And they're all girls only.
Yeah, it's a girls' college.
At a time when you should be discovering boys.
Yes. Well, so that part was nipped in the bud by my dad because in the cantonment he said, I have a daughter, she's 17
also have a
and she's
tank."
off limits.
Yeah.
So all young officers were briefed in the area that, listen, I have a daughter and she's not really available.
So how sad. So you weren't allowed to date now. Everybody was piss scared.
Yeah, but I had wonderful conversations, meaningful conversations instead.
From far, they would talk to you.
No, they would come close.
And
but
then salute you just for safety.
It's an enchanting life being a senior officer's daughter.
Let me tell you, now that I'm a father of a 10-year-old girl, she turned 10 she's turned 10. What can I do? Amazing. But the point is, I've told her that when she brings a boy home or whatever, falls in love with a guy, I'm going to shoot him in the leg. I just think it's the right thing to do and just
But
establish
why
dynamics.
should you shoot him? Why can't you just slap him around a little bit?
No, I just shoot him once and say, okay, listen, now you can date.
The
But you
point
know
is,
I'll kill you if anything goes
if she
wrong.
ends up with him, then you'll have a limping son-in-law.
Okay, no
So if you
pun
slap
intended.
him around,
Yeah.
oh no. If you slap him around a little bit, he's intimidated, but not physically damaged.
But I don't want to slap him. I want to make a really serious point. So I think shoot him in the
You
leg.
can punch him.
Unless, of course, his career is football or something. Then maybe the hand.
Maybe he's a Bollywood actor.
The leg won't make any difference. Have you seen the legs?
Yeah, actually, it's
Only
all,
arms, yaar.
It's all
Only
arms and chest.
Arms and abs. Abs got
Unless you're the Deol.
Ah.
Unless you're a Deol. They have genetically good legs.
Yeah, do they?
All the Deols have great calves. Which is...
Now this is the Punjabi side talking, is it?
No, it's just my eyes talking.
Yeah.
Everybody else just forgets to work out their legs.
Sunny was one of the first guys to have a physique back in the 80s.
Yeah,
Okay, my time, not
because his
yours.
father was
yeah,
also the
him
first
also,
one to
of
have a
course.
physique.
He was the first.
Also
Dara
Vinod
Singh.
Khanna.
You think?
There was
No,
a
just
typical
physique
physique there.
He was
Like wide, well-built and
Amar
stuff.
Akbar Anthony in the banyan. Yes, I
Yeah.
do. God, I sound like a homosexual.
He was not an
lover
Amar
of-
Akbar Anthony.
Vinod Khanna is Amar.
It was Rishi Kapoor, Amitabh Bachchan
No,
and...
Rishi is Akbar. And Amitabh Bachchan is Anthony. I'll play it back for you. Amar Akbar
I think
Anthony.
Vinod Khanna was...
Vinod Khanna, okay.
Like from
Look at
Kurbani.
the fight between the two of them. He's in the white banyan. It's the
So
only
hot.
fight where Amitabh
So
Bachchan
hot.
loses the fight but comes out like the champ.
So hot.
Yeah. Who?
So hot.
Vinod Khanna.
Oh man,
All
like
right,
Kurbani.
Let's take a break now. She's going into.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like Feroz Khan in that one. Oh,
But he wasn't there in that song
No, he
with
wasn't
Zero
in that
Daman
song,
on the beach.
I think Kurbani is his real highlight.
Oh man,
Yeah.
so and he was not even the quintessential hero
Listen,
in
his
the film.
brother's a close friend of mine. Plays rugby at the gym. Shall I put in a word, Gul? You know, as men age, the younger the women.
Well, I would request you to put in a good word for me.
Does
I
dad
would appreciate
does dad
that.
carry his gun?
I would appreciate
Because now
that.
the gun's
Dad's in Fatehgarh Sahib village.
long-range missiles. Poor Vinod Khanna will just be doing a little shopping in the park.
I would love to have intellectual and meaningful conversations.
Let's have it. Let's take a break and have some more. Gul Panag.
Finding the right drink at the right place can be a big challenge. Exploring a new destination to its fullest could be a daunting task.
So tune in every Friday and listen to the Drinks and Destinations podcast with Rajita and Samira, who introduce you to the world of fine wines, beer, spirits, and travel.
You can subscribe to us on iTunes, SoundCloud, Audioboom, or any other local podcast app.
All right, back here with Gul Panag, actress, model as well. Is that the right term? I know you're not proud of that term. Well, why do people give a bad name to modeling?
I don't know. Is it because I really was never a model? I was this college kid.
You were a model?
When, yaar?
Because the moment you finish Miss India, you're like a model. That's
How
what
are you
are.
a model?
But you must have modeled the ramp and this and that after that.
Wait, the real...
You then become the biggest name in the business. So sometimes you have to do it. Do you not have to do it?
Entertainment fashion shows. Wait, hold on a second.
But you're the showstopper. I remember one or two shows for sure.
Yes, the real fashion shows did not take Miss Indias. The real ones,
But
because
I heard
they
you guys
required...
got paid more.
Of course. Because the real fashion shows require clothes horses.
What does that mean?
Who know how to carry clothes, who know how to walk. We were just famous people. Back in the day when... So
you were the top of the line, but you're not getting any work.
we did get work, but not people who were showing serious fashion. Back in the day...
Tell us the bitching that happens. When you become Miss India,
I didn't do that
you
much
jump over all these women who are already there for 5 years. So do they accept you or they get irritated?
I don't think
that
I hung out much in that space, to be very honest, because I wasn't based in Bombay. So I missed all of that. I was Delhi based.
Quickly take us through that whole thing now, because now I interrupted you. So you reached this Miss India. You're a girl from now Jodhpur via Zambia. This that
And Patiala, yeah.
Patiala, Punjabi
Yeah.
medium. All this in your background, and the other girls also come from all over India or whatever.
So incidentally, 27 finalists in my year, 23 had been professional models
Already?
So when I came for the first day of induction, which was right here, there's a Car Education Society. Times of India had booked the two halls there, and we used to come every day for training and for classes. And I recognized every single face from a commercial
before,
or a show that I'd seen somewhere.
Hey,
and I was like,
you're an oil. Hey, you're
and I was like,
rubber.
what am I doing here? But then I was like, you know what? I've gotten this far. At least I'll get the Ray-Bans and the
Were they
Pepe
nice?
jeans.
Were they nice?
I think they were very nice because
You got a
everybody
bond?
was in good behavior.
Oh.
Because you're being watched at all times. So that happened, and when we finally reached the contest period, I was really having a good time, and I was worried about having to go back and get my final year exams because I'd missed a lot of college. And then the final pageant happened. We had sub-contests like Body Beautiful, Beautiful Smile.
Yeah.
And by some fluke, I won Beautiful Smile, and that gave me like a lot of confidence. And I won a goodie hamper that included Ray-Bans and Pepe jeans, the very reason I
you were
entered the
ready to
pageant.
leave. You were
And
done.
then I found out that the car this year is Indica. I said, car ke liye to banta hai. So anyway, went along the pageant, and finally I was in the top 5, and then they called my name out, and I was like, okay then.
So wait. So when you're in the top 5 and all, it's all that acting that happens. That's real,
There's no,
right?
I mean, there was no acting.
No, the anticipation, like.
So my point was, I have a 1 in 5th probability of winning this.
20%,
It's
yeah.
not, so it's not like it's a surprise.
Yeah.
So when they called, and after
Then
they
it goes down 5.
So after they called out Shivangi, who was my second runners-up, and Yukta Mukhi,
third
who was
place.
my first runners-up, who
Yeah.
went on to be Miss World.
Right.
There were just 3 of us left, and it was now 33.333%.
Superb!
So I was
Punjabi or Hindi? It's
but
still
it's
33.
true.
Yeah.
It's true. And
Yeah.
when they called my name out, and I just walked across, later a lot of people asked me why I wasn't surprised. I said because it was not a surprise. One of us was going to win. So what was this?
So you didn't do the Sushmita?
No,
which
I
had
didn't,
already-
because I was in shock.
What was your expression?
I was
you were
like-
Indica!
I was like, okay, it's over.
What
and I
colour?
can,
What
I can,
colour?
We've been up since 5 a.m. that morning.
Yeah.
It was a really long
The
day.
other two started crying?
One of them was Gayatri Joshi, who's a dear friend.
Yeah.
And I think I saw there was like a genuine happiness
For you?
for me. other one, I can't remember.
Okay, we won't take names, but she was a little upset.
No, I can't remember who she was, to be
It
very
was
honest.
me with long hair.
Ooh, before
Got
your...
right to the last three, and then boom.
That's why you turn... Yeah.
Turn
Sorry
what?
about that. Sorry.
Little peck show just for you, Gul.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, listen, we need to fast forward because there's so much
yeah,
more
I
to your
know, I know,
life,
I know,
and I
I
don't
know.
want to get stuck
Yeah.
in Miss India. Within the film started, all this started, the celebrity thing started. But I'm most interested in two aspects now. One is this standing for elections, being a card-carrying member of a political party, which is so rare.
To take a side?
To take a side, and you're known on the internet and in the press and everywhere to be where you call a spade, which is also from our fraternity extremely rare, let's be honest. And the other thing is the marathon. So let's quickly first get into politics, because when I first found out that you were there and we were standing for election, we were all quite stunned actually.
Okay.
Came out of left field, but it looks like you've always been that sort of protester or
I think
a troublesome person in
yes,
class who wants to take people on. Am I right?
I've been a bit of that.
Rebel, yeah.
Sometimes mostly without a cause, but as I grew older, I think
So
it
why
became
Arvind
with a cause.
Kejriwal, Gul Panag?
Okay, so let me. Arvind and I go back to before the IAC movement started. I had just discovered social media, or rather, social media had just come on the
IAC
scene.
is not ACs for all Indians, which is
No, it's
which
India
I was
against
trying to
corruption.
propagate.
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
against corruption.
Mine is a South Bombay.
So
philosophy.
yeah, of course, we. Arvind and I had met at an event, and thereafter we exchanged numbers, kept in touch, and around 2009-10, when social media was really catching on and I was an early adopter, I just felt very strongly about what was happening around us, and I suddenly had a platform to say what I felt like. And because there were not enough people saying those things...
But you're a 4G kid, you're well-read, all that. Why not the two big parties? Why?
No, okay, I'm going to come to that. So the identification with ISC was very strong. The India Against Corruption movement, because it stood against the prevailing order. Because obviously the prevailing order was what...
the Congress, who is a sitting government, in your
Correct.
eyes. That's the very idea why you have this movement. Okay?
And I think for a variety of reasons I don't want to go into right now, I never identified with the BJP as a party. And I mean, it's
We're
just...
safe.
It's just that...
1 minute, someone's
it's
knocking.
It's a long... I mean, if I had to really dig deep and find out why, I think there are instinctive identifications you have. And... it's just one of those things. I think it's the ISC movement that drew me to want to be publicly involved. I always knew I'd be publicly involved because I thought I'd been more than fortunate in my life. Very, very privileged. And it's all accident of birth, Cyrus. Being born in a different family to a different set of parents, I probably would have been somewhere else. For instance, my district where I belong to in Punjab is Fatehgarh Sahib, and as per the 2001 census, it had the lowest sex ratio. Can you imagine?
Female
Female sex ratio. And that's what actually pushed me to found this NGO that I run there called the Colonel Shamsher Singh Foundation, which I named after my grandfather because he did a lot of work in the area. And because I was shocked. Here I was living my life to the fullest, and then there were young babies being before they were born or being killed after they were being born. And this district, the very district that I
Even
call
now,
home,
the last few years?
it's still a reality. I mean, the sex ratio is very, very skewed, and thanks to the advent of ultrasound scanning and of crooked doctors, a law was recently passed. It wasn't that long ago that we had a law that banned prenatal sex determination.
Isn't it across India?
It is, but there are enough people who are still doing it. So
I think in the upmarket areas, they just
greater.
tell you.
It's just greater.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, anyway, that's a separate topic. I felt very strongly about the fact that I am where I am because of accident of birth, not because I've had great opportunity. Of course, I had opportunity because of accident of birth. It wasn't a level playing field. It isn't a level playing field in India.
A little bit of karma, a little bit of luck, and a little bit of...
I would like to invoke Fort Minor at this stage, but I'm not going to. But, it's... And I felt very strongly about trying to give part of me back to trying to create a level playing field, at least in terms of access to healthcare and opportunity, because the healthcare and education, because these are the two parameters which really at some level begin to level the playing field. Access to healthcare,
When we're talking about
access to
healthcare,
education.
you're not talking about
public
sexism
healthcare.
here. This is just healthcare for everyone.
Public
Let me just be clear.
healthcare and public education. These are things I felt very strongly about. I think what tipping point for me personally was the CWG perception of corruption. Again, everything is perception. The stuff that happened in the Commonwealth Games, you had when the media began putting out reports of
I think
the
we're
cost
to
of...
blame now because we just decide that we can go with this story and we snowball
and everybody pushed it.
Yeah,
whether it was MSM, whether it was social media. Social media was just coming of age at that time, and that's how we first connected with Arvind. And I was like, listen, you think we can do something about this? And we together tried to, he was on Twitter as well, and I was on Twitter. And we tried to make some noise in our own particular ways. And then suddenly, because we'd made noise on social media, a lot of journalists began speaking to us about it, mainstream journalists in my case, because otherwise the entertainment beat is what, is one who would want to speak to me normally.
Yeah, but
suddenly
would they take you seriously because they weren't interested in what you
I don't think they were taking me
or?
seriously, but they were finding somebody who was giving them a good copy to begin with. And suddenly I found myself being quoted in opinion pages and all of that, and then I used that opportunity to make sure that I go ahead and call up editors and say, listen, I feel very strongly about this, so you can write a piece. And I began writing for a lot of papers and putting myself out there.
And I can't think of another lady from this tribe actually doing the same thing.
Why?
There's no second actress, model, Miss India who's quite doing the same thing. They lend their names to things, but not actively pushing.
I think it's, for me, it's very
and
important.
trying to stand for elections and
I think
actually be the face.
It is very important for me to go out there and do what I believe in, and it's a challenge at all times.
Were your parents surprised?
So I think my dad and I are very, very similar, and he was very supportive of my decision. In fact, he is also an AAP sympathizer.
What are you saying?
And
I would love to know what the military today feels about the government, the actual truth.
I think the military is largely apolitical, but there's no reason why you should remain apolitical. I mean, you have time on your hands and you're allowed to air your opinions. While you're in service, you have a postal ballot, of course. You can exercise your right to vote, but you're expected to be apolitical. It doesn't mean people don't have opinions, but those are not encouraged. And he was a sympathizer. And anyway, to cut the long story short, we were on an off-roading trip. My dad, my husband, my mom and I in Rajasthan. And I had already decided that when AAP formed a party, when ISC went from a movement to a political party, I'd already decided that the kind of people they were fielding, whether it was Rajmohan Gandhi from Bombay or Mr. Phulka from Ludhiana or Bhagwant, who I've known for a long time, I was going to campaign for these selective candidates. I mean, I knew these people personally. I looked up to them immensely. And I'd cleared my calendar during the general election to go and campaign for these people. I didn't know what campaigning meant. I just felt that I wanted to go and support these people. And then, Chandigarh already had a candidate from AAP, by the way. Jaspal Bhatti's wife, Savita Bhatti.
Oh, I'm a big fan, by the way.
Yeah, he was an outstanding man.
I honestly think that he's not been given credit for what he's done with comedy.
Because it was before its time, I suppose.
The show is fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean,
Zoom in.
It's like
zoom
Seinfeld. It stays forever.
Zoom in, zoom out.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Poker face and his
incredible. Writing was brilliant.
Satire.
Brilliant writing. So Savita ji was the AAP candidate from.
And they were all. Savita was also an actress.
Yes, of course, and producer.
Yeah,
so Savita was the AAP candidate from Chandigarh, and for some reason she withdrew her candidature. Okay. And that day I happened to be in Delhi, so I messaged Arvind and said, you don't have a candidate in Chandigarh. Do you think you need me to help out? And that was the intent. I was already a sympathizer. I was already looking at going out there and campaigning for Savita, in fact. And then he said, come, let's meet. And then he said, okay, why don't you stand for elections? And that was it.
Oh, how was the experience?
It was incredible.
People must have turned up to see you, the actress, and the famous face.
Which is, I think, a large part of what happened. But my entire campaign was publicly funded.
But did they take you seriously?
Well, they put money behind my campaign.
No, not them.
So,
the people, I'm saying.
I don't know. I mean, with the kind of vote that I got for my very first election was quite incredible. I mean, people thought I'd lose my deposit.
So why not the Punjab elections now?
I have personal reasons to not contest. So.
Okay. But that doesn't mean it won't happen in the future.
Yeah, of course. I mean, right now,
you want to skip this one?
My personal plate is full.
Okay, fair enough. We'll get back to that a little later. That's you, the politician. Of course, we don't have time to get into it more. But still, we're going to support AAP, obviously, going forward.
Yes, definitely.
And now we need to talk about the marathon as quickly as possible, because that's another thing which you really pushed. The two people everybody knows about when it comes to long distance running is Gul Panag and Milind Soman.
Yes, Milind is really something else.
He doesn't stop running, so it's not. I mean,
incidentally, Milind and I ran our very first marathon together.
And you beat the crap out of him.
No, we ran together.
He cried like a baby.
I wouldn't have finished
he took off
it because
and shaved his chest in public and screamed no more.
He doesn't.
He's gone to BJP, by the way, just because of that.
He has?
No, I'm kidding.
Okay,
come on.
That's a new move. I'm like, okay, Milind. So Milind and I were filming for a film in Malaysia, and we heard about the marathon. And I said, let's run. Till then, I don't think he had done more than 10 kilometers in a. He was always a runner, but he was yes, of course, an outstanding swimmer, and he was a recreational runner.
Breaststroke, something in that.
Yeah, and his record remained unbroken for a really long time.
Some bigger breast beat, but that's another story for another time. Yeah.
So we said, let's run this. I said, it's a lot of distance because I hadn't done more than 10 kilometers, and suddenly you go from 10 to 21. It's a big jump. And we came back to India after finishing that schedule in Malaysia, and we got back to the organizers and said, can you give us 2 entries? And then
this
we both.
Which year? The first year?
The inaugural year.
Yeah.
And I think the achievement, the sense of achievement that you have after having actually finished a distance which you didn't think you were capable of doing. And that's an achievement feeling you get at the end of every marathon you run.
Are you the fastest? Is Gul Panag the fastest female runner in the industry?
No,
in the industry?
No.
Who can beat in the industry?
But who runs?
Okay, Priyanka Chopra can't beat you, I'm sure.
But she's not
Bipasha
running.
Basu can't beat
I don't
you.
think it's fair. I don't think they
Let's
run.
look at those who are known to be fit,
So, I mean, I think, I'm
So who? They can't beat
I've
you.
been a consistent-
Rani Mukherjee, come on, for God's sake.
I've been a consistent runner over the years.
So you won't say it. You're very modest.
I mean,
You won't say it. So you're basically the fastest. And how many men can you
I'm
beat?
the
I'm sure
more-
most of them.
So my father often used me as an example to. My father was very big on fitness during service,
Yeah.
and he felt, and he rightly so, that being fit is a primary professional requirement of being in the army. You can't have a pot belly and
Unless
be
you're in the canteen.
Well, yeah, but
Which is what I wanted to
the
do.
operational
Join the army,
requirement.
serve in the canteen.
But look at it, Cyrus. The operational requirement is that you have to be out there leading your men on the field.
Right.
You can't do that if you're carrying 10 extra kgs on your stomach. So there is a minimum personal. It's a BPT, battle physical test.
BPT, not BJP.
BPT.
Very clear about that. Yeah.
Battle personal whatever, the acronym is BPT.
Right.
So there's a minimum amount at every age and every service that you're expected to be able to run in a
And they have to keep
distance.
testing,
Yeah,
don't they?
there's every year you have to clear a BPT.
Right.
And he, just to prove a point, made me run with officers my age, and the fact that
Male officers?
Yeah, of course. They ran with battle load, which is,
They carry that bag.
they carry the whole
Yeah,
everything,
yeah.
but I ran just that. And he would constantly use me an example and saying, my daughter is fitter than you guys, and at your age. You shouldn't, he would use that constantly, and it was really embarrassing because it's embarrassing, yeah.
You went from most loved Punjabi girl to
Yeah, suddenly I hate
that
this
lady.
girl, I hate this general, I
She's
hate
so
his daughter.
good at everything.
I hate his daughter. So I think for me, my dad introduced me to running when I was about 15 years of age, and he said to me, let's go running. I said, why? I'm not fat, I'm not overweight. To the contrary, I'm actually a very slim and trim young 15-year-old girl who's extremely popular in the international school I go to because I wear shorts. And he said, he tried everything. It's good for you, it's good for your health, it's good for everything. Finally, he said, you have to run. And I hated it. I hated my dad. I would give all kinds of excuses, but he would go running with me. So he taught by example. He sort of led by example. And I would love the feeling I got after my run. And in about a couple of months, I began to realize that it actually makes me feel good. It makes me more productive. I'd come back and finish my coursework really quickly. Because our coursework was not rote learning. It was application based. So your mind is absolutely cleared like you do after pumping weights. You have a certain flush that comes
I
to you.
swallow eggs.
Yeah, but you
Because
still
my
get
liver's compromised, so I just keep eating eggs with water.
Doesn't your heart rate go
Yeah,
up?
everything. Your
that's
mental
amazing.
acuity is huge.
And I realized that at a very young age. So I spent
It's a
very.
secret. Don't tell everybody. You've got 2-3 hours of great willpower which you can use.
So
Don't tell them. Oh.
So I began realizing that at about 15, and I've been running ever since. But long distance, something I started in 2004 at the inaugural Mumbai Marathon.
Well, like it or not, you're the face of the marathon.
I'm very
How
honored
they
to
pay
be.
you for
I think
that?
I'm very honored to
Just
be
past your hoarding, by the way,
associated,
as we came to the podcast.
And how is it? Was it looking okay?
Very nice.
Thank you.
It was only the face, actually.
It's-
Which they do only the really big people.
Thank
the
you.
really
I
famous people.
I think also I really resonate with what this campaign is about. It's one step closer.
Yeah.
Unless and until you take that one step closer to your dream, it's not going to become a goal. So I wanted to be a pilot, but it would have remained a dream forever if I hadn't really made that first step and got my student pilot's license and then started flying and cleared the exams. And it's one step after the other. But when you look at it, it's a great dream. And sometimes unattainable. But how do you go out there and achieve things that you have to do? I mean, whether it's running, I'm an entrepreneur. I have these 3 things that I do. It's all about taking that first step, and that's how you move forward. And I think fitness and running is a great metaphor for life. Nobody wants to go for that run in the morning.
And you never give it up.
It's hard, Cyrus. Every day is a challenge.
No, what I'm saying is, rain or shine, you run.
I follow some form of fitness, so I do a lot of strength as well. I lift a lot of weight, I'll do my. In fact, yesterday I was in Delhi. I didn't feel like running, so I just did a bunch of squats and.
Bum to floor, old style.
Yeah, almost. So. I think because I still get, I don't take breaks between my sets, so I manage to keep my heart rate
That's
high.
a cardio workout anyway.
I get a cardio workout through my weight training as
Okay.
well. So but the point is that moment of clarity for the next 1 hour makes me fix everything for the whole day, so my productivity levels go through the roof.
So fitness, marathon, very much part of your life. The big question as we end here, we have a thing called the AMAs which we have to do as well.
Oh, okay.
That's just 2 minutes, so I know you're in a
we have
hurry.
time, we have
But before we end, quickly, one last thing. This is a tough question to ask, but I'm really most interested in your political
Again,
future.
come back.
No, I look, Jayalalitha became chief minister and just ran Tamil Nadu like a fiefdom.
Yeah,
so
and
people
well.
from the arts can, and well, that's whatever, but ran it.
Ronald Reagan also was an actor.
And they didn't take him seriously in 8 years of America's best 8 years.
Yes, and he has a legacy. That
Legacy,
he's left
and
behind.
now-
And look at Donald Trump.
Yeah, well, not an actor, but an actor in another way. in another way altogether.
according to
I wish we
Meryl
had time to
Streep.
discuss him
Yes.
and what your feelings about him. But coming back to India,
I met him,
Okay, well, very quickly. Do you think we are slightly fat? Did you met him?
Of course, I went to the Miss
Switch
Universe
questions.
pageant. I went to the Miss Universe
That's right.
pageant, and
It's his.
he owns the pageant. Yeah.
Did he try to do anything?
I think there were too many of us for him to really
Was
figure
his
out.
hair better than yours?
His hair was better than mine then, and he was also a little slimmer. And I don't know if I have a picture with him. I think I have to check with my dad because my dad faithfully has his camera with him everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think I can say that I've met one American president.
All right, quickly, let's get back to
With
India.
politics, yes.
Gul Panag will stand for elections at some point, will become a member of parliament at some point, will
Absolutely.
go all the way, you think, will become a chief minister or even above that?
I think that.
Are you ready for that? Because that's everything else you've done then becomes really insignificant because then you're a serious leader.
Well, at this stage, like I said, I think it's important for me to raise a family. And once I think I'm gone through that phase, I will be able
You're
to...
confident with that phase.
I'll be able to
Yeah.
give more time to politics.
It's a very serious possibility, is what I'm asking.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. So when you get stuck and you have this FIR lodged against you for being obscene and just being,
Aw,
you know...
I'm not obscene, I'm just...
I don't know, just rubbing somebody the
I
wrong
hope
way.
not, who knows,
And then I'll be
yeah.
this minister and you'll call me up and say, hey, Gol, can you help me out? I'll be like, sure thing.
As long as your government is not fascist, huh? Because us comedians have nowhere to go after that.
Well,
How
the
can you
thing-
disguise the joke
thing
in
is-
3 layers?
The thing is, when you have a self-proclaimed right-wing government, self-proclaimed right-wing government,
Yeah.
with no opposition to speak of,
No opposition.
where are they going to go? A right-wing government can only go more right. And what is
agree with you.
And what is more right of right?
Right?
And more right of that?
Right?
Yeah, so there.
Right.
That's
right.
where we're heading.
No,
So I think
but I think you hit
it's,
the nail on the head. The biggest problem is that we don't seem to have a combined, if that's the right word, a collective opposition, which
I have a take on that.
which gives you an option.
I think that the take on that is our opposition is to large extent rhetorical in its
But AAP and
takedowns.
Congress will never come together
I think I firmly
poke the
believe,
bear, so to
like
speak.
in the movies, in politics too, there are no permanent friends and permanent enemies. After all, you've seen the BJP form a government with the PDP in
There you go.
in
Yeah.
Jammu and Kashmir, and a hardline sort
That
of
was unbelievable,
That
honestly.
can happen. I don't think anything is impossible in politics. I think it's
But is it
important
good for
to-
democracy that we have a strong opposition and,
But we
people
don't
are-
have a strong opposition. That's the unfortunate part.
For the
of
first
it.
time in our lives.
And I think it's important that we don't oppose things rhetorically or emotionally. We oppose certain things constitutionally, legally, logically. I think that argument is not being put
At
forward.
least we should say that on a podcast.
No, but I think it's important.
Our
because
call to arms will
it's-
be underground. Cool.
It has to be an underground resistance till then, I guess. But it's serious. We cannot. The opposition to a particular policy cannot be emotional. It cannot be rhetorical. It cannot be opportunistic. It needs to be legal, concise, and logical, which nobody's doing.
I agree with you, but let me just say that you have my vote, regardless.
But you'll come to vote for me from wherever I stand from.
यार, this is India.
Okay.
PAN card तो है मेरे पास ना. I'll figure it out.
Voter card भी चाहिए.
हाँ, I'll figure. You get it for me.
Okay,
One
done.
more vote for you.
Done.
Okay,
You and
cool.
all the Parsis.
Yeah. But that's
all
not going to win
65,000
you
of
any election.
All
It won't even win
65,000
you
of you.
a top election.
65,000.
Come on. All right.
65,000.
Gul, before you go, we need to quickly do the AMAs. You've been very
Done.
sporting, but we've got a few
Yeah.
general
Sure.
knowledge questions,
Sure.
which will come up in a second.
Oh, damn.
With Amit.
If you have any questions for Cyrus, write to us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Or you can send an email to whatcyrussays@gmail.com.
Yup, on the AMA is the lovely Gul Panag. I hope that's not something she gets offended by because, sometimes people say, I don't want to be called lovely anymore.
Some people just say gorgeous girl.
You like gorgeous?
Gorgeous, not gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
So it's
Gorgeous.
yeah. So,
Beautiful.
well, it's okay.
In Marathi, we say,
Especially when you're on a panel discussing gender equality, everybody has these long introductions, and you could introduce me as an activist or as an
Yeah,
entrepreneur
yeah.
or as a
They're very pretty.
or as a pilot, but you just reduce me to gorgeous girl. Not even gorgeous. It's just a gorgeous.
that is
girl.
mean.
Yeah,
Why did
it
you do
happens.
that? I must have done that. God.
So now, I used to be very, I used to be amazed at people who took aside the MC and would have a little word before the introductions. But now I have no choice but to do it because.
But those guys are terrible.
No, but the
You've
point
been
is,
an MC, you know what it's like.
But I understand that. But the point is, otherwise they just call you anything. I mean, the other day I was on television, so a beauty queen turned politician.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. You got to.
Pool and Devi got a bit of welcome them.
The coin turned.
Yeah, exactly.
That's at least more glamorous.
Yeah, no, if it's said like that, then I mean, like you
So
should.
I just go and tell them. I just write on a piece of paper. This is what
But
you
isn't
say
that a
about me.
problem that in the subconscious of not just Indians, all men around the world, the moment you're being a hot happening actress,
Just fine.
model type,
Just
it's like
add,
you have to be a bimbo.
My point is
you cannot
just
be
add
serious.
everything else as well. I'm okay
Yeah.
with being called a beauty queen. Just make sure you say pilot, entrepreneur, actor, whatever. But just don't restrict me to being a beauty queen. Is my only
And
my
friend of Arvind Kejriwal.
and friend of Arvind Kejriwal. Yes.
What do you call him?
Arvind?
Arvind Ji.
Arvind. I don't think I
No
call
GV
him.
happens.
A lot of people don't call him Arvind Ji.
What does he like to be called?
Arvind.
He doesn't like the G.
I don't know what he likes. It's
He's
what I call
gay,
it.
so it's confusing.
I find the G very awkward.
I hate the G. The first time I heard it.
But you know what? A lot of times you have to have people. Sometimes I've learned to address people as G because you want them to keep that distance between you and him. Otherwise, everybody's like, hey, gul. And I don't want.
That's too short a name.
Yeah, so it's not like Rajeshwari.
You sound like a buddy. Yeah. Hey, Gul, come here.
So
Gul is too
then
short.
that's why I say, Haan ji, Ramesh ji, Haan ji, boliye Gul ji.
And usually 40 feet of separation.
And then I do this in the middle. Only has to be very like.
Yeah. You were too friendly.
Yeah, then I'm like.
I have my own live story, but I won't tell it.
No.
Amit, AMAs.
Okay, so the first question we got is, why are you so soft-spoken, insanely intelligent? What is this question?
I'm okay to answer that. Okay.
It's for me.
It's for both of you.
Soft-spoken.
Soft-spoken, insanely intelligent, monumentally awesome, and brilliantly kind. This is a question from a real guy named Rohit, apparently.
I must have written it myself. That's the only thing that makes sense.
Soft-spoken, I am not. I
didn't
can
drink,
really raise
You're not,
the volume.
but you're not really. Yeah, well, okay.
Is there sarcasm in this
I think
question?
there might be sarcasm.
Yeah,
It could be sarcasm. Well,
Premchand
I
himself
take all
writing
of
in.
those very, very kindly, and I think it's just about trying to make sure that you don't be unkind to anyone. I think you shouldn't say anything to anybody behind their back that you shouldn't be able to say to them on their faces.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that.
I spin people around and talk to them. That way I'm clear. I hit the right parts. Yeah. No. But do you think Gul is not exactly loud either? I mean, she's Punjabi loud, but she's not loud.
Punjabi
One of those
loud is
people who's
loud.
obnoxiously loud who comes in and you're like, oh God, here he goes again.
Are you talking about Suhail? Say, don't speak like that about him. I will tell him you said that about him.
Listen, Suhail loves pretty girls. So as long as you're pretty, you can say what you
I will
want.
tell Suhail you said all these evil things about him in this podcast.
Yeah, Suhail, for me, the beauty about Suhail is that when you ask him an opinion, 90% of the time he prefixes with that's the word he uses. So, what do you think of so-and-so? And then Mark Anthony's speech starts.
I love
It's
Suhail for
hilarious.
his weight,
I've fallen
for
out of the
his
chair.
diction,
Yeah.
for his straight-faced delivery of the...
No, and when he's really passionate about somebody and the discrepancies, he just goes for it, you know. It's so much fun.
I'm from the Delhi.
I'm from the Delhi. Yeah.
I know him. We've hung out. We hang out.
I can imagine. Yeah. Sorry.
All right, next question. Why would Indians pack food for the cows and then throw them outside in plastic bags? This is from Bala.
This is at least in Mumbai true.
This is true all over the place.
I think it's true everywhere. A lot of people show a lot of respect to the cow by going and feeding them. In fact, my morning running route has a gaushala, and people go and actually feed the cows every morning.
I don't mind if the hand feed, but this throwing things is but I love.
But in plus, I think I've seen there's actually a hospital that's been set up for cows to be operated on who consume plastic
bags.
It's ridiculous.
So I think we're a society of lots of dichotomies and lots of double
was going to say
standards.
hypocrisy, but I think it's dichotomy is a better word.
We believe one thing and we believe that with all our heart.
Right.
But then expediency and practicality takes over. You don't have time to go and feed a cow, just throw everything in a plastic bag.
And the racist God love that we have, that the cow we'll try to save, but then we kill with a plastic bag. But the water buffalo we can serve as meat. Who's just one shade
also
darker.
the
racism in cows.
Videshi cow. Jersey cow is kosher. But
what do you call that? Xenophobia. Cow xenophobia.
There's
the
no
right-wing
logic.
movement is on the rise, even with cows. So
But it's
You're
just,
pushing your political agenda here on this comedy show.
Always.
This is the right place.
This is the right place for the...
The whole bovine thing is completely illogical, right? It's the same species essentially. Cow, bull,
Here's my
buffalo.
take on banning food. Either it should be equal opportunity banning, which means every food item that is offensive to even the smallest minority, whether it's garlic and onions and pork and beef, should be banned. You can't selectively ban.
In a very secular world, you're absolutely right. Why should it be one for one?
Why should it just be... I mean, I support the beef ban, but I also support a pork ban and a garlic ban and onion ban.
I support a man ban. I just think that ugly to look at. I think men should be wearing the hijab now. I want it switched. What do you think?
I don't like to wear the hijab.
Well, I think, Amit, you and I should. Have you seen us? Remove the mirrors from the studio, please. It's painful.
That's why there's
But there aren't any. They only keep them in when people like you come. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. The next question we have is from Kritika Bhatia.
Hello,
I'm
Kritika.
a chef, and due to elimination of service tax, my salary has gone down by 30%.
Tax tax or service charge?
Service charge. So she means service charge.
Service charge is very important. You get this damn thing right.
Yeah.
Service charge, as in what the Westerners have also done at some places. In some
They've
places.
included the service charge.
What do you- she's-
10%.
She's given us a long essay, but what are your guys'
No,
thoughts on
look.
service charge?
One
versus service tax?
second. That's a very clear rule.
Yeah.
If there's a service charge attached, and
Especially service charge 10% attached.
10%,
Yeah.
then that's the way it is. The restaurant, it's the restaurant's responsibility after that, because you're paying for the service. I think they shouldn't have it, because I think in the translation it gets lost and they don't get the money for whatever reason.
No,
so
they
I
do.
think we should go back to tipping.
No, I disagree. I
But
think
don't put a
service
service
charge is
charge.
much
That's-
better.
can't have
So a
both.
friend of mine who's a restaurateur told me that you can actually have the service charge removed if you're unhappy with the service.
Yeah.
And then you can choose to tip in cash.
I think it's much better ways. It allows you to have a relationship with the
Yeah,
staff.
otherwise
I
it's
don't
just
know.
very impersonal.
I disagree
Because
with that.
very often restaurants don't actually pass on the service charge to the employees.
I don't think that that's the case with a lot of restaurants now at this point. Restaurants which charge service charge would pass them on, because it would be insane for them not to.
They don't. I mean, and I'm saying
Yeah.
that from a position of a lot of friends.
They don't. I mean, or they don't do it on time and all. It gets lost.
Yeah, that may be
And
happening.
almost 35 to 40% of what people make in the restaurant industry is
Supposed to
actually
come
from
from
tips.
tips.
Well, that's US. That's not India. In
But even
India,
no, I'm so
that's
sorry.
not the way it should
When
be.
I used to tip the waiters, they used to give me extra service. They
From
would
a
play with me and
5-star
things.
hotel chain
Yeah.
that I won't name.
No, 5-star hotels are different. Those are different.
Those tips, on an average, 50% of their salary take home comes from.
5-stars are different, but
and also these restaurants.
at normal restaurants, that's not really the case at all, because most of the you won't get employees at most of these restaurants if you make them
But you know, the
dependent on
waiters have
tips.
started fighting back. They started eating our food while serving it because they're just irritated. So when will this end? When will they all be happy again? Maybe a new government. Who could we suggest? Gul?
When will everybody be happy again? I think it's not possible to make everybody happy.
2019 maybe?
2019.
Or 24 are you targeting?
I have no idea about the future. I'm not a.
Is it
I'm
in
not
cricket terms of
Antaryami.
follow on?
But I think the only way to make everybody happy is ultimately give them their taxes worth. Whether they're paying direct taxes, which is 3% of India, or they're paying indirect taxes, which is 100% of India. I feel if people begin to see value in taxation, they will voluntarily contribute to taxes.
Is this a segue for you to tell us ARP's plan for
I have
taxation?
no idea what ARP's plan for taxation is, to be honest. I don't think they've thought it that far, because that's something which you do when you have central government, using government aspirations.
And we know what happened in Delhi,
And,
having 20% power and having 80% fines.
Having said that, my personal take on taxation is including but not limited to service charge, service tax, GST, VAT, sales tax, all the indirect and direct taxes that we go through.
Under one banner.
Is there has to be a way in which taxpayers begin to see value for the tax they're paying, and those that do pay direct taxes, the 3% of India that does pay income tax, if they were to be given some form of incentive, maybe a 1% off on car registration or a 2% off on their stamp duties, I think you'll get more people under the tax net.
Every time I drive over a bad road, I'm thinking, why did I pay tax?
Exactly.
I'm the only one paying, I always feel.
You don't need to be in a car and driving yourself. If we had great public transportation.
Really?
We shouldn't have to drive, we shouldn't have to own cars and make cars so prohibitive, for instance, wherein you are forced to use public transportation, but there needs to be public transportation. And in fact, Bombay is a city, Mumbai is a city where it's actually possible, it's the richest municipal corporation in the world.
Yeah.
And we can potentially make a great public transportation system.
We can't even make roads right now.
And Rahul promised that...
Who's Rahul?
You know, Rahul...
Dholakia.
No, the other Rahul.
I'm sorry, you just keep bringing it back to politics. Yes, Rahul Gandhi. Charming.
I wouldn't take names.
Okay, sorry, Rahul.
You both have dimples, though. You
I have
could form
two.
an
I have
alliance.
two.
Doesn't he?
I don't know. Most people have one and they only show that one side.
I have a
That's the norm in Bollywood. So whichever side you have the dimple, you go.
So even if you're talking on the phone from the other ear, you turn into
you turn
camera.
up.
Yeah. Excellent. Gul, all the best to you. We've run out of time and I know you have to rush for your next meeting because you're also an entrepreneur, actor, there's that, all rolled into one.
Yes.
So we won't stop you and we'll see you soon.
Yes.
In Parliament.
Oh, I hope I'll see you before that, Cyrus. You've been promised to take me on a date and I hope you take me on a date very soon.
My wife benches 400 pounds.
Really?
Yeah.
400?
She's very close to Mayawati. And I don't mean it in that way.
Does she have short hair as well?
Stop it. My daughter's name is Maya.
Thank you, Cyrus. This has been great fun. Thank you. Thank you, Amit. Thank you so much.
Refreshing for us. Trust me. Okay, catch us on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Beyond Pod, any of the podcasting apps. Please, we beg you, we need you. If you have any questions, write to us online and you can mail us as well. We will answer. We have a doctor in the house called May.
And that's what Cyrus says.
All right, Cyrus Says is wrapping up, but we have Geek Fruit, which we want you to check out, hosted by Uber Geeks Tejas Menon and Jishnu Guha. They're like Simon and Garfunkel, except they're Tejas and Jishnu, and they can't sing. No, they can actually. And they talk about geek culture. If you're a geek or want to know about geeks or live with a geek or just next to Turkey is geek, go ahead, my friends. Listen to Geek Fruit.
Our podcasts bring all the boys to the yard, and damn right, they're better than yours. But you don't need to stand outside in the yard. Just follow IVM Podcasts on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We might be on Tinder too. Just go ahead and swipe right.